So today we're going to be using these skin tone markers. Again, the markers I use are Ohuhu. I know I swatched these for y'all, so these are going to be some of the ones I use for this girl moments, and some of these green and yellow as well. I know it's a little late for fall, but this is a previously recorded video, so this is going to be a fall theme. So this is the page I'm going to be using, and again, I want to remind you guys to always use cardstock or something behind your page. So I just thought this page was super cute, so I just wanted to make this kind of a cozy fall themed page. I'm just getting my cardstock lined up here and just making sure everything's lined up the way I like it. I'm super particular about the way I color. But yeah, what do you guys think? I think this will be a cute one. So we're going to go ahead and start with this really pretty green. My autofocus is a little off, you guys, so I hope you can see it, but yeah. I'm going to start with these little bushes here. I think those are the simplest to start with, and right now I'll go kind of slow for you guys so you can kind of see what techniques and how I use to do my coloring. You know, everybody's different. You follow your ink differently, and you know, that's the cool thing about coloring, is you can just kind of do your own flair and make it your own. So this is how I do it, and then a little later in the video I'll kind of speed it up because some of the sections are quite large. So yeah, I'm just coloring this little bush here. I will be adding, you know, shadows and extra details towards the end of the video, so you can see all that. I like it. Let's go to the next one. Also, I am using a brush tip, just so you guys know. So we'll get this one started. Are you all coloring Christmas already? I need to get me some Christmas books. I actually don't have any Christmas books, so I want to get some so I can do some festive coloring. So yeah, as I mentioned, some of the video is going to be sped up just for time. I don't have a whole lot of time, so I'm trying to make sure you guys get to see the full video without taking up too much of your day. Now we're going to do like a dark red. So again, this is a fall theme, so I'm using a lot of greens, reds, yellows, and I'm going to show you guys the tip on this one also. You know, again, a lot of the times I use different tips for different techniques. It just kind of depends, but the brush tip, this one right here, is the one that I use the most. I do have some broad tips and some fine tips as well, but I just really like the brush tip, especially because I mean, you can kind of use it as a fine tip also, and then, you know, all your other little areas too, but it's just really smooth, and I really like it a lot, so I use brush tip more than anything. And guys, don't be worried if you mess up. There's always a way to correct it. So there will be an occasional time that I mess up and I fix them. I could probably even do a tutorial like how to fix bleed throughs and things like that. It's pretty simple, and you know, you kind of just practice and get the hang of it. So I try to incorporate the same types of colors in different parts of my pages. So like you can see here, I'm doing the curtains and I did the little dog collar. It just kind of ties it all in together. I really like that. At the end, it'll just look super coordinated. I have seen where people are doing chaos coloring. I definitely want to try that. Hopefully I can get that filmed for you guys soon to see how that turns out. I've never done that, and I heard it was like a new thing, so that's pretty interesting and pretty cool. I've seen some really good ones, but yeah, for now, I definitely use a lot of coordinated colors, especially if you are going for a very specific theme. So now I'm just trying to figure out what else I want to use this red on. I think the scarf is definitely going to be a good choice. So here I'm just trying to be really, really careful, making sure I don't get on her jacket. I'm planning to do her jacket, I think a brown, so, but I don't want to ruin it. But again, you can fix mistakes, you just gotta be careful. I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so I beat myself up from time to time, but it's okay. Now I'm gonna do her shoes. And again, it might seem like I'm using this red on a lot of things, but once you see the finished product, you're gonna be pretty amazed at how it all kind of just flows and ties together. I hope I'm not rambling too much for you guys. I am trying to, let you guys know what I'm doing here in the video, but I want to make it entertaining as well. So, let me know if you guys would prefer no audio or no talking videos. I can do just the coloring sounds, or I could throw some funky music in there, but let me know what you guys like, and I can do that. I think for the tutorial videos that I'm planning, obviously I'm going to have to talk, but I'll take those a little bit slower so you can actually see how I do some things. During my Girl Moments flip through video that I have up on YouTube right now, I have some pretty cool designs that a lot of you guys were really interested in, so I definitely plan to recreate those and kind of show you how I managed those ones. So for the book right now being sideways, it's just a little easier for me. This is complete personal preference. Some people don't do that. Some people color in a circular motion, and it's not a big deal what the page looks like, but for me, I just kind of go back and forth, and I usually will just flip the page if it's a horizontal or vertical line that I'm coloring. Gotta make sure we get the bread nice and cute and yummy looking. I know this is probably weird, but I love bread. Do you guys like bread? I wish I didn't. But, oh well. So now I'm going to use like a lighter shade for her skin. This is that skin tone marker. You can find these on my swatch video. It's one of the first videos I had posted to YouTube. So just want to make sure you get all of her skin, because if you don't, then you might accidentally color like if it was part of her outfit or something. So I usually do, if I am coloring a person, the skin tones first, just so I don't get them mixed up. Sometimes the details on the coloring books, you can't really tell what's what. I've seen some objects like that too, like part of a curtain looks like part of the couch or something like that. So, but it's fun, it's creative. You can kind of even change it up if you want, if you've got some good acrylic markers or fine liners. It's pretty cool. So now I'm incorporating a little bit of the fall yellow color. It's kind of like a mustard yellow. I always think this is a really pretty color, and I use it a lot for gold accents. Trying to find all my little details. Now time for the jacket. later in the video, I'll show you, because like right now you can't really see the buttons that well. You can, but not too well. So later I'll show you how I correct that. I used an acrylic marker and it's pretty cool. It turns out pretty nice. So can't forget the inside of the window. I don't know what these things are called, like little pastries or something, you guys. Do y'all know what those are? I'm not really sure. But, you know. I wish we had a real bakery where I'm from. We don't really have a lot of options. This page kind of reminds me of those cute little Hallmark towns where you can just go and say hello to everybody and, you know, get your little baked goods and, you know, interact with your community. I always think those little towns are so cute. I don't know if that's how it really is, but I'd like to think so. So this marker was actually fading out. I need to get a replacement soon, but it turns out really cool because I add this little shadow effect here and I really like it. So I just kind of used it to the best of my ability. Sorry about the picture being cut off a little bit too. I'll eventually get it to where it's the full picture and you can kind of see it, especially in the finale. So I'm just going over this again just to make it a little bit darker. I didn't want it too light, so I kind of do that just to, you know, add some depth to it. So you'll see that I do that in a lot of my coloring books. If you hear a little jingle jangle, I am so sorry. That's my cute little puppy. She doesn't like to be alone too long, so she likes to come see me while I'm recording these videos for you guys. Pretzel time. Who likes pretzels? Some of these smaller details, they get me tripped out sometimes because I'm like, wait, did I mess up or am I just losing my mind? You don't see a lot of brown paper bags anymore. Everybody uses plastic or like the recycled bags for groceries. Kind of using the same color as my dog. She's about that small. She's pretty little. There we go so far. What do you guys think? Do we like it? Can definitely tell it's starting to become fall. Guys, I want to apologize for the lighting change. I do have kiddos, so I went from working during the day to then finishing at night, so that's why there's a little bit of a lighting difference here. I'm trying to get that worked out so you can always see really clearly. I have a tripod and I have a light, but it just for some reason didn't pick up that well this time. So again, here I go turning it sideways so I can kind of color in these lines a little bit better for my personal preference. I just love so much how these Ohuhu markers blend so smoothly. Like, look at that. You can't see any streaks, but you can kind of see the subtle changes in the color. I love it. I think the maroon and goldish yellow looks really nice together. See, I messed up right there. But we just use a darker color to go over it and you won't even be able to tell. It's the beauty of markers. Creativity. It's like it never existed. I wasn't sure what color to do the door frame, but I think the green looks pretty. Kind of different and quirky. to my little plant up here. I'm going to add some more shading so it'll be a little more three-dimensional. Here we go. You have to wait for the ink to completely dry because if you don't, it'll just kind of bleed out of the lines and it won't look three-dimensional or like there is a shadow. So if you can see, like by her headband, there's a light green shadow there. If I would have just gone over it again while the ink originally was still wet, it would have just looked funky. So you just want to make sure your ink is always dry before you go back. And I always keep my markers that I'm using on hand, like on the desk with me. That way you don't forget which markers you're using for what. I chose to do like a gray cement steps and stuff, so not completely fallish, but it still matches pretty good, I think. I love, love, love these light grays for windows and mirrors. Ohuhu has a few that are super, super light, and even some really, really, really light baby blues. They make the window and the mirror effect really, really cool. And then here in just a bit, I'm gonna add kind of like a glass effect, so you'll see that. But yeah, so I'm done with the basic stuff, and now I'm gonna go in and add a little more details. Just some shadowing on our pup here. Under her arm. So you can see already, it just makes it look a little more realistic, I think. Kind of giving her hair some dimension too. Do the shadow, like it looks like lights coming from the window. I really like that a lot. I hope you guys are enjoying the video so far. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see some more coloring content. I definitely plan to continue this for a really long time, and each video will be a little different. You know, again, this is just kind of a rambly color with me video, but I definitely want to do some in-depth tutorials and, you know, more flip throughs and more swatches. I'm asking Santa for the 320 pack of Ohuhu markers, so fingers crossed, you guys. Are you guys asking for markers and coloring books for Christmas? Or am I just a dork? So I did the shadow on the steps, and then I'm kind of gonna re-go over the bricks just to, again, give it more of like a realistic pattern, I guess. I wouldn't know how else to describe it, but yeah. And it's just kind of random, you know. They're all different, so I just kind of picked random ones and decided to fill them out. It turns out really, really good at the end, so I hope you stay and watch. Again, turning my book. Curious how you guys have your setup done. I posted a little mini setup tour, but I would definitely love to see how you guys all have your setups. That would be really cool to see. Get some ideas for the future. Oh yeah, I forgot I need to do the shadows on the little inside of the pretzel. What do you guys think so far? So now I'm going to use my acrylic pens. These are the Neons brand. Comes with a whole different colors, a whole lot of different colors, sorry. So I'm using like a really light brown for the pretzel salt. I know salt is typically white, but I just thought this color was pretty similar and it looks really cute. So, and I'm going to do the same thing for her buttons. Remember I told you guys at the beginning, couldn't see the buttons, so I just kind of re-added them myself with acrylic instead of a fine liner. Adding a little bit of highlights. I love these acrylic pens, guys. They're awesome. Like even right there, the window and the glass, it's so cool that the acrylic goes over the marker and you can add a lot more detailing. It's really awesome. So yeah, even though I'm adding some of the acrylic and I've already done some of the shadows, once you look at it one or two more times, you see right here I'm going over it again just because, you could always continue to add more. It never really takes away from the picture. Like to me, the more is better because it just makes your picture more unique and a lot more realistic, which is what a lot of coloring artists kind of go for. Of course, if you're a beginner, you can definitely just color and be done. You don't have to add all these details. This is just something that is my hobby and it's fun to do, and I like to see if I can get creative, and try to change it up a little bit. I'm really, really liking my bricks and my stairs so far. It's just crazy how adding such small little details like underneath the sign or little buttons can just make such a difference, truly, guys. I never know whether to do squiggly lines or straight lines for glass, but I think it turned out okay. So this is my black marker pen that I use a lot. I guess it's kind of like a fine liner, but I mean it's a really good marker. I like to use it for a lot of little details, so I don't use black a whole lot, but sometimes you just want to make the black lettering pop. My Pilot Bravo always comes in handy. So yeah, that's the finished product, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give a like and subscribe for me, please, guys. Y'all take care.